Hey everyone, this is Karen Waksman, founder of Retail MBA. Today we're going to be talking about how to handle distribution to multiple retail chains. So if you have a great product and you're trying to get your product out in the world and you're concerned about some distribution concerns, this little training will give you some things to think about in regards to how to handle distribution to multiple retail chains. With that said, let's get started on today's training. So let's talk about how to handle the logistics of delivering products to retail chains. Retail chains have a lot of products coming to them through different vendors. Obviously, they have warehouses. I presume you knew that. And also, they sell products online. So, where do you deliver products if you're working with a retail chain? It depends on the deal. Some deals require you to ship it to their distribution center, a location somewhere in the United States. Some deals require you to ship it to a few different distribution centers. Some retailers have them throughout the country. Walmart has a lot of distribution centers because they have so many products, they're able to have centers of locations of products where people deliver stuff to in a certain region. Now, some retailers want you to drop ship products to them, which means that they set you up in a system, and then when someone buys your product, you literally ship that product to that customer and or your company that handles your logistics. How do you know what's going to happen to you? Oh, some retailers might ask you to ship it to individual stores. And what happens to you is based on the deal. So you don't ever have a consistent thing going on. It depends on the chain store. Some really just work with distribution centers. Some of them are smaller chains, so they actually ask you to ship it in certain ways. And if you want to sell it online, sometimes it is drop ship, and sometimes it is you shipping it to a location and then sending it out. And what if you work with a distributor? Then they're the ones who are handling the actual delivery. So you're sending it to a location and then they're handling the rest. So unfortunately for all of you, it depends on the deal with the retail chain. And a lot of times that requires you working a deal and then them sending you the information, and then you know what to do from there. A lot of times they'll say, are you willing to do dropship, or are you willing to do this? And so then you have to work through what they're requesting. Basically, you don't always have a lot of choice. So our recommendation is to figure out all the different ways and how much money it's going to cost you, and then make sure that you have enough wiggle room in your pricing that doesn't hurt you. Some retailers will pay for the shipping and delivery and all that stuff, meaning like they'll help you with the cost of the shipping of the goods. Some won't, based on the contract and the deal. Some of you will do a deal where they're shipping the product from China or whatever to their warehouse from a deal with you, meaning like your manufacturer takes it to a place and then they grab it from overseas. There's so many ways to set this up with a retailer. Honestly, our recommendation is to be prepared for all of those different scenarios by just making sure that you can handle it if the buyer randomly says, I need you to ship it to individual stores and it needs to be somewhere in the United States. And if that nightmare happens, then you just need to make sure that you know your pricing if that's the case. Does that make sense? Obviously, if you work with a retail consultancy like us, we can walk you through all the different scenarios so that you feel comfortable and you know which direction to go. But if I can give you advice on this, it really comes down to know your pricing in case the deal does not include them helping you on some of the shipping and deliverability. I have people tell me that they've never paid for shipping once with a retailer, and I had other people who've never once experienced them paying for anything. And the reason I say that is when you talk to these companies who are helping people like you, they'll have a lot of differing opinions, but it's honestly because you have different product categories, and different product categories are dealing with different things, and different retailers are dealing with different things. And so you just need to not get freaked out. Understand that generally you're probably going to ship it to a location somewhere in the United States, and then from there it will be dispersed most of the time, unless you're doing an online deal. And with that said, there are different ways that they handle that. So this is Karen Waksman of Retail MBA. If you want to learn how to approach, pitch, and sell to retailers, how to deal with the deliverability of products, all the things in a more elaborate format, please take a look at what we do at retailmba.com. Thanks so much.